In the first 4 series of My Greek Odyssey, we visited islands of the Saronic, the Ionian, the Dodecanese, the Western Cycladic, and the Northern Aegean. In Series 5, we're seeing the Southern and Central Cycladic. Islands you've never heard of, like Levitha, Anάφη, Donusa, and ones you know well, like Santorini, and the big one, Crete. In this episode, I'm finishing up my time on Santorini's neighbouring island, Θηρασιά, and heading east to the island of Ανάφη. Being in the far southeastern corner of Greece, it's a place that few tourists get to. This isn't an island you visit if you want luxury hotels, shopping and restaurants. As I'll show you, Anάφη is a destination for the type of traveller that wants to get away from the masses and have some downtime. You come here to embrace the slow pace of life and interact with locals that are amongst the most welcoming people you'll come across. The last week or so had been spent exploring Santorini. As always, it didn't disappoint, but there are a couple of nearby islands that are also well worth checking out, including where we left off last episode, Θηρασιά. It's only a quick cruise across for the tourism mecca of Santorini. However, it's a world away in terms of how developed it is and the amount of visitors that make the journey. That's a huge plus for me, as I love the islands that are a little less busy and a bit more authentic in terms of the experience they offer. Like its better-known neighbour, this island has the dramatic cliffs, white-walled houses and stunning views. But it also has plenty of its own quirk and character, as well as friendly locals. Is anybody living here?
Nobody lives here right now. They left. This is the dining room with an oven, with a baking.
A dining room with an oven?
Dining room, yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Over the centuries, it's seen its fair share of turmoil, inflicted by both people and nature. But the inhabitants have constantly adapted and evolved, embracing what's been thrown at them and forging ahead. Today, they're building more infrastructure to entice visitors to come over, which is something I encourage you to do. Θηρασιά won't disappoint and gives you a taste of what Santorini would have been like 50 years ago. The local maths teacher, Pantelis, came here from the city and has never looked back. Pantelis, you come from Athens, that's where you originated, big city, and you've come to one of the smallest islands in Greece, Θηρασιά, and you're almost a Thiracian now. You left your teaching job. Why?
This is the answer.
Pretty simple answer, man. Pretty simple answer. But you do more than that. You just haven't come here for yourself, for the beautiful blue Aegean that Santorini and Θηρασιά have. You spend a lot of time with your kids. They're important to you. Teach them more than just maths. You teach them art.
I like this place. I came before 15 years.
Yep.
And I know all the children from the very small age until now. And I like very much teaching in this place because the school is a very small school. Imagine that we have only 8 students in the in the school.
So it's very personable.
Yes, it's personal. There is a contact. It's not like the other schools in big cities.
Yes, yes.
I know them and I am trying to teach them a lot of things, not only math, because I'm a math teacher. I can teach them painting also, because I like painting.
And there are 24 children in the whole school.
Yes.
And 14 teachers. That's fantastic for an island like this.
Yes.
That is fantastic.
Yes, it is.
So there are, what, three or four villages here. Do you know everybody here?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes, yes.
So there's nothing you do that everybody won't know. It's that sort of community.
It's only 250 people in this island, so almost all.
Do you miss Athens? Do you miss the big city?
Not at all, the
Not
opposite.
at all.
The opposite. I'm going to see my family, my mother, my sister, they live there.
Yep.
I'm going for a week and I live in 5 days because I can't stand anymore the big city. Yes, I used to live now here and I prefer this way of living.
And I don't know, it's a bit weird. You live in Θηρασιά most of the winter and you spend time in Santorini during the summer and you come across for teaching the children. You catch the ferry across from Santorini to Θηρασιά every day.
It's
for
close.
these kids.
It's close. It's only 8 minutes long, but it's nice too because Sometimes I stay here also, but usually I do this trip every day.
Trip every day?
Yes.
And there's a lot of people that do that?
Yes, a lot.
Yeah.
But it's the big difference between Santorini and Θηρασιά, because Santorini is the most touristic place in Greece.
Yeah.
And Θηρασιά is the opposite.
It's exactly the opposite, isn't it?
Exactly the opposite, yes.
Since I met you, you've been smiling all the time. That says a lot about where you live and the life you're living. I've got to thank you very much for the time that you spent with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, too. I hope to see you again.
Yeah, you bet. You bet you will.
Okay.
I love Θηρασιά. It's so beautiful, man. Look at it. It's just, you're looking out at Santorini. The exact opposite.
The opposite, the opposite.
Yeah, the exact opposite. Bundelli's story isn't unique. More and more people are looking to escape the rat race. It's in contrast to what's happened on a lot of these smaller islands in the past, where the young people have left to seek work, education, or more excitement in other cities. Perhaps it's the wisdom of age that brings the likes of Bundellis here. It's only when you've seen both sides of the coin that you appreciate the importance of community, serenity, and a slower pace of life. In keeping with the theme, my next stop was to the east, to the island of Anάφη. It's a remote little landmass with a similar feel to Θηρασιά. As soon as you arrive in the peaceful port, you know you've come to a place that's well off the beaten tourist path. There's just a couple of fishing boats, an empty beach, and a few tavernas. I could immediately tell that this was going to be my kind of place. Much like Θηρασιά and Santorini for that matter, the port has a handful of tourist facilities and some housing. The main town is atop the cliffs. From there, you can enjoy the views and cool breezes. Mind you, it's a bit of a slog getting up and down. I'm very proud of my Greek heritage, none so more for the fact that the ancients used to name their islands after some mythological journey which conjures up the juices of future generations forever. Case in point, Ανάφη, which means to make apparent. And in the journey of Jason and the Argonauts, they came up with some stormy weather, and Jason called to Apollo, the god Apollo, and said, "Apollo, help us in this storm." Apollo then drew this island out of the sea, and that gave him safe haven. This rock behind me is Kalamos, and Kalamos is the second highest rock in all of the Mediterranean after Gibraltar. It's 460 metres high, and I'll always remember this rock because of Jason and the Argonauts, and I'm looking forward to climbing from Zdopygi, the monastery, all the way up to the church. It's going to be a long climb. But the first thing I'm going to do is take the tender and just go around that rock and just check it out. Look at it. It's just so powerful. Let me give you some context here. The largest monolith in the world is considered to be Uluru in Australia, also known as Ayers Rock. While this monster might not be as big in terms of total area or mass, it's 72 metres higher. And the Rock of Gibraltar might be 6 metres taller, but you can't sit at the bottom of that rock surrounded by the watery depths. This rock is just absolutely enormous. This is a rock climber's dream, a rock climber's wet dream. It is just kalimnos, eat your heart out. Those rock climbers, they should come here. I'm not too sure if they do rock climbing here, but I think anyone watches this, they'll be coming out. I don't think you can say much. It's all there. There's only one expletive for this, and can't use it on camera. I mean, look at that. That just blows me away. There's no doubt this has been pushed up out of the earth on its own. You don't need to be a geologist to work that one out, do you? In 1700, French botanist Tournefort described Kalamos as the most terrifying mountain in the world. Such was its imposing form and exposure to the elements. That description is stuck, and today, some still call it the scariest rock in Europe. Atop sits a church, acting as a beacon of hope for anyone scaling the mountain. Our plan was to head up there in a couple of days, but before dragging the crew on a hike to such a daunting peak, we first needed to learn more about the town and its people. Who knows, maybe we'd never make it back down from the rock.
What's more, I needed to spend more time getting a bit of fitness hiking up and down all the stairs.
Everybody tells me that this island is awesome. People that come here come back again and again and again. It's a bit quiet. I can see some people waving over to me there. I better go over. First people I've met on the island, so I better say good day. Γεια σας, τι κάνετε? Όλοι καλά? Μας φώτισε ο Θεός σήμερα. Πολύ ωραία μέρα, Γεια σας. After Santorini and Thηρασιά, all these stairs and these Cycladic islands, I had to lighten up my load as much as I could. I took my bag off. It's going up in the taxi with the film crew. I'm going to walk up all the way to Horta. Gee, it's wow. Now, the path could do with some manicuring, but 150 people on the island, when are they going to get time to do all this? Anάφη is just one big bunch of rocks. Nothing grows here except for thyme and oregano and all that sort of stuff. But it's still really beautiful. I mean, it doesn't matter where you look at it from. See that island behind me? It's called Παχιά, fat. And I think I should have taken the road with a taxi.
This path was once the main thoroughfare. The road up the hill is only very recent, and the island was principally built using the labour of donkeys and mules, carrying material up and down this trail. The limited access meant slow progress, which is partly why it feels like this place is decades behind the rest of Greece.
I can't do it to you. You go back, I'll see you at the top. It's too much, it's hot.
When we visited Anάφη, it was mid-June, and by 10 a.m. it was already really hot. And as you can see, there aren't any trees for shade. My motivation for the effort was twofold. Firstly, there's apparently a couple of great cafes at the top where I could grab a cold drink. Plus, it meant I was getting in some quality exercise, so I could justify seconds tonight at dinner. Not that I need an excuse.
Do we tell them that you cheated and caught the taxi up? Very rare for you. I've never seen you do it before. I know you're going to cut that. After the long walk up those stairs to Horta, it's well worth the visit because this just seems like one of those typical, quiet, Cycladic villages. And the people here are just so accommodating. I'm having my coffee, having a drink of water, and it's very, very quiet. I don't know why anyone would want to leave Anάφη, but many of them did in the early 1800s when King Otto was enlisting tradesmen to build his palace. And apparently the Αναφιώτες were considered some of the best tradesmen in Greece. So much so that many of them left and stayed. There at the base of the Acropolis, they built a little village for themselves. And if you go there now, it's very Cycladic. It's actually called Αναφιώτικα. So if you can't make it to Ανάφη, at least you can get to the base of the Acropolis and speak to some Αναφιώτικες. Αναφιώτιδες? I don't know how it's called, but they're good people from Ανάφη.
I refer to Cycladic architecture all the time, and the most obvious elements are the whitewashed walls, splashes of blue in the doors, windows and church domes, and the cubic shape. The houses are also quite minimalist in design, clustered together with narrow alleyways, often built into cliff faces that are common in this island group. An abundance of stairs is also a frequent theme, as well as curved roofs. But by far, the most endearing thing about this part of Greece, and the smaller islands in particular, is the welcoming nature of the people. With the slower pace of life comes a greater appreciation for humanity. The desire for wealth and assets gets replaced with the need for connection and sharing your time with others. Nothing encapsulated this more than an experience I had while walking back to Μία ζωή.
Γεια σου Μπάρμπα! Γεια σου Μπάρμπα! Έρχομαι.
Captain Yanni and George broke the ice with these fishermen. Then as I strolled by, they invited me aboard. Before we knew it, Kyriako and Katerina were there too, and it became a mid-afternoon party.
Πάντα υγεία και καλή καρδιά. Υγεία.
This is what the Greek islands are all about. It's cliched, but the real deal. In a tiny island like this, everyone knows their neighbours. In fact, everyone knows everyone and what's been going on in their lives. You could see it as a bad thing, having a lack of privacy and all that, but as the saying goes, it takes a village to raise a child. And Anάφη, with its strong community spirit, is a place where you grow up to appreciate your surroundings and the people that live within them. It extends the inviting attitudes of the locals. They'll even welcome a stranger into their kitchen.
I love these. This is the way my mother used to make them. You've got to do it with the hand. Με το χέρι, έτσι πρέπει. Αλλιώς δεν γίνεται.
Με μηχανάκι.
Yeah, it's a, look at that. Look at the way it comes out. Look at that. Look at that. They're in pure virgin olive oil. Ελαιόλαδο, έτσι. Όχι. Oh, well, I got that wrong.
Corn oil.
Corn oil. I thought it was ελαιόλαδο. You don't do it in olive oil.
This is very heavy after.
Too heavy. I thought everything was cooked in olive oil. We're here because our boat's parked in the local port here, and this house is the second house in the port, and they've invited us over to have lukumadas on Sunday morning. It's just a simple thing. We don't know them. We met them yesterday. And Ivy is kind enough to make the lukumadas. And Captain came over, Kyriako came over, the engineer came over, the whole My Greek Odyssey crew came over, and I think there's a crowd out there waiting for some of this, some of Ivy's lukumadas, and they look good. They smell fantastic.
Εγώ αυτό που ήθελα να πω είναι ότι τη φιλοξενία που βρήκαμε εδώ την έχουμε ξαναβρει μόνο στην
Κάσο.
Ναι.
Κάσο.
Δηλαδή αυτό τους ανθρώπους που βρήκαμε εδώ πέρα είναι πραγματικό.
Kyriako has been to many Greek islands, and he's saying the philoxenia, which is the Greek way of befriending those strangers, he's only seen it on one other island, and that was Kassos. So that's a big call from someone that is, you know, has seen all of the Greek islands. And I think I'd have to agree with him.
Greek islanders are known for their philoxenia. The word literally translates as friend to a stranger. But these guys are at a different level. You're more than a friend, you're family.
You know what I love about this? We've just brought these lukumadas from Grigori's house down here to the local cafe. We're going to have a coffee. They don't care. Grigori's mother made them. Grigori's sitting here having a coffee with the boys while his two girls, Iris and Chloe, are sitting there on the water with their grandfather. They're going to be at the beach here in the port all day long. What a life. Eh? What else we have? Τέλεια. Let's go again. Come on.
Πολύ καλό είναι.
Awesome. What a life.
Και το μέλι ντόπιο,
Το μέλι, ναι, μ' αρέσει.
And the honey is local honey too. And they've been making the honey here continuously for 2,500 years. And as a matter of fact, that's what we're going to do next. Oh.
Before heading off to see the bees, there were 2 platters of lukumadas to demolish. And in true Greek style, we took our time, enjoying the setting and plenty of laughs. Ahead we had a big day planned, and I needed all the energy I could get. Anάφη may not be a big island, or that well known, but it's long been inhabited. Most people live on the coast, building homes on the hillsides, where they can enjoy the scenery and cool breezes, and have easier access to the port. Today, island life is all about a connection with the sea, but in centuries past, it often made more sense and was safer to be inland. Threats from abroad were many, ranging from Venetians and Ottomans to pirates, so being able to see an approaching enemy was to your advantage. Those that lived here adapted to their surroundings in order to grow crops, collect water and sustain themselves. A port provided trade, but we're talking about an island that's a long way from civilization today, let alone 1,000 years ago. And as you can see, Anάφη is an arid landmass, covered in dry, rocky terrain. It's not exactly a farmer's paradise. The ancients built their town in the parched hills, terracing the land in order to grow crops. They also developed their own methods for beekeeping, and those techniques are still practiced today.
Anάφη reached its height in the 2nd and 3rd century BC, during the Hellenistic period. And so much so that it produced its own coinage, with a picture of Apollo on one side and a bee on the other. And that symbolised the growth of making honey and beekeeping. And they've been doing it ever since. And I'm just about to meet a family that does it the ancient way, still today. And they've had it in their family for generations. Manoli is just a top guy, and you need to meet him.
I'm not ashamed to say that I suffer from melissophobia. In simple terms, I'm terrified of bees. but I love the whole process of how honey is made. More so, I love the taste of it. So this is the ipseli, right? Ipseli,
Yes, it's
Okay,
ipseli.
the ancient way. Right. Okay, all right.
Can I have this?
There's a couple there, mate. You're going to take the gun, are you? he's left with me without the gun. I thought I was going to keep the gun. Now, they're in there. The bees are in there.
Yes, the beast is inside.
So what's happening now, Manoli? What are we looking at?
Oh,
You're going to put your hand in there?
yes, yes.
Right.
I show you the walks.
I can hear them now. I can hear them around me. Let's hope. But listen, I'm fully dressed now. Last couple of times I did it, I was a little bit uncovered and I was a bit scared. But now, well, yeah, well,
You can see.
wow, yeah, I can see. Just smoke them up, mate. Smoke them up. Smoke them up. Beautiful. Right, okay. You can see the honey inside.
Here we don't have honey now.
little bit, isn't it?
A little bit
A little
is
bit.
inside here.
Yeah.
You can see
Yeah,
that.
I can see
if
that
you
there. Well,
want.
no, I don't want to touch it, mate. It's all right. It's all right.
Okay.
It's okay.
Okay.
It's okay. I'll get it. I'm happy to touch it when it's in the jar. Okay? All right, and there's some at the back as well. Yes, yeah. Fantastic.
Maybe I want one day to can kiss the bees.
You love them that much. He loves the bees that much. You know what Manoli said to me? Can I tell him, Manoli?
Yes, of course.
Of course. So when he proposed to his wife, he said, you know, number one is my bees. They're my bees. You're second. Amazing, you know. I mean, he loves his wife. There's no doubt about that. But the bees is his life. It was his life. It's your father's life, your uncle's life, your grandfather's life,
Yes.
and your great-grandfather's life.
Yes.
Goes back. He's a beekeeper forever. And well, I think that waving might have pissed the bees off a bit, you know.
Don't wave at them.
Oh, man, they're everywhere now.
Just don't wave at them.
I'm not going to wave. I'm not going to wave.
You're okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Okay. So continue.
They can't penetrate through this stuff, can they?
Here.
One gets inside. Yeah. What, mate? What are we looking at? Is that too much?
Yes, too much smoke.
Sorry. Manoli was totally at home handling the bees, perhaps even a little too comfortable. He was swinging them around and barely using the smoker. If it were up to me, there would be a thick blanket of fumes filling the air.
Because now we search for honey.
Right. Wow.
Now we have the honey.
I can see the honey down there, mate. And
Yes.
there's a lot of bees here. I'll hold that.
Yes.
Oh man, there's a lot of bees here. Yeah, you take that.
Okay. Let's go.
Beekeeping takes patience and a gentle hand. I possess neither of these attributes. Add to that my phobia, and you can see why I was quick to leave the scene. Oh, wow, that golden honey. Look at that, look at that, look at that. Look. Oh, look at this. Yeah, look at this. Oh. You taste this all the time, so let me try it, okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
It's all of your.
Mate. Well, you think after 2,000 years of making honey continuously, you'd think you've got to get it right by now. I love this, you know. I love the honey, but you know what I love more? I love the fact that you do it, your father did it, your grandfather did it, your grandfather did it, your uncles here, they're all honey people, you know, beekeepers. It's a real culture, isn't it?
It's a family work. We start to work with the bees. I don't know from when. My family learned us the bees. It's a child.
It's like your children.
Yes, it's like my
It's like
children.
your children.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, your children make good honey, mate. It's some of the best honey I've had, I tell you. It is absolutely magnificent. Hey, thank you so much, mate. This has been such a treat. Thank you, buddy.
That's very sweet.
Like I said, the honey may have tasted amazing, but what I enjoyed most was the story behind it. There's a simplicity to the life of a beekeeper, but one that's intrinsically bound to nature. You have to move to the rhythm of the bees and treat them with care. In turn, they reward your efforts with delicious honey. It must be a gratifying vocation. It's much like the life of a winemaker. It's a year-round, often lifelong passion. The days are spent tending to the vines, making sure they're watered when necessary, pruned in the right way, and kept free of pests. Then there's the harvest, and knowing exactly when to pick the grapes. From there it can be months or even years before a barrel is opened and the end product can be properly enjoyed. That takes patience. Another line of work that requires patience, but also comes with a huge amount of pressure, is being a cardiac surgeon. The man you're about to meet, Alki, spent 45 years at the top of that profession. Today, he lives in a place of total contrast, where there's little stress other than tending to his winery. Naturally, I wanted to know how he found his way to this far corner of Greece.
I think I was very lucky to find this place when I was invited to come and spend the summer here. I didn't even know the name. And looking backwards and reading a little bit, I realized that it was notoriously famous as a place of exile. And so it was an exile place for political prisoners and also for criminals.
Yes.
And,
But you're not a criminal?
No.
Why would you come here?
No, because I wanted a place with no electricity. We love that, having vacation with my wife and my children.
Yes.
And going in places primitive, let's say, quote unquote. Primitive places with great civilization, but not with many comforts.
Yeah.
The first time we came here, there was no harbor. So we had to step out of the ship using little boats. And it was 4 o'clock in the morning, 5, and we saw the rise of the sun. The colors were magnificent. So we decided this is the place, and...
This is when you're getting off the ship?
Yes, yes.
Wow.
This is the place for us.
Almost everyone that visits the Greek islands leaves saying that they would love to find their own piece of this paradise and live there. For most, it's a dream that never becomes reality. In the case of Alki, it was love at first sight. Such was his passion for Anάφη that he followed through with the aspiration and now lives here. This inspired me to do the same on my home island of Kythera. But tell me something.
Yeah.
What is it about Anάφη that made you stay here and said, this is my place, I made the right decision? What is it?
Many things. First of all, you have to know that Anάφη is crowded for about 40 days every year. But the rest of time...
Yeah, it's fantastic.
It's fantastic. There are 300 people living here. I know everybody, and everybody knows me. I feel proud when they come and they like the place.
Well, you are now an Anafiotti.
Anafiotis, yes.
You're an Anafiotti.
Yes.
That's fantastic.
Although my origin
has
nothing to do with islands.
Yes.
Yes.
But you've become a full islander in Anάφη.
That's right.
So I must say to you, I've met a lot of people on the island now, and they've all been so wonderful to us, the philoxenia that we've got. Tomorrow night we've got a bit of a barbecue going on at the boat. Will you come?
Sure.
That'd be great, mate. Thank you. You've been fantastic. That's a heavy shake. Come on, listen. Don't give me such a hard time. Come on, mate, let's go and have something to eat, I think. I struggled to pull myself away from here. I was having such a wonderful time, enjoying the generosity of Alki and his wife. They're incredibly kind and gracious people who are happy to give a stranger a fabulous lunch and share their story. I knew I was going to like Alki from the moment I saw the Willys Jeep parked out the front. They're also big tennis fans, and we happened to arrive at the beginning of an important match, so you can imagine what happened next.
We're going to make one more toast.
Yeah, okay.
To Tsitsipas.
To Tsitsipas, he might win today.
Tsitsipas.
You reckon he'll win?
Today, he's winning.
He's winning.
Djokovic.
He's winning. Let's hope he beats Djokovic. Nothing against Djokovic. We love Djokovic, right?
Yeah,
we love him.
He's a lovely guy.
But we're supporting the Greek guy.
Very
right?
nice. That's
Yeah.
right.
Okay, here again. Let's go. That's it. I'm getting pissed with him. That was good. That's very good.
Okay.
calm seas and a beautiful morning make for ideal paddling weather. It's a fantastic way to start the day and to see the island. Just be careful where you look, because being so quiet, Anάφη is a naturist heaven.
As you come out of the port of Aio Nicolas, you come to the first beach, which is only a few hundred metres over, and it's called Tαξίδι. And I can see over there at the moment that there is a couple of people on there, and there's a couple of campers in behind, because this island is known for its free camping. People just come here and camp for free all over the place. Now, why wouldn't you? It's free, and you've got the best waters in all of Greece. I'm gonna go and take a closer look. Look at this water. I can see to the bottom.
Paddling in these turquoise waters takes my mind away from the rat race and all my worries. It's also a great way to get a workout, because the scenery is a distraction from the pain.
Awesome stuff. I love this. This is Katsouni Beach. As you can see, there's a couple of campers here having an absolute ball. Are they happy people or don't go too close with the camera? They're doing full camping stuff, you know what I mean? Awesome. Awesome. I better not get too close. Man, look at that rock. Look at the size of it. It's just so impressive. You know, Jason and the Argonauts, thanks very much. Now, wow.
Like I mentioned earlier, in Anάφη you need to be careful paddling or even hiking to remote parts of the island. Many of the nudist beaches aren't marked, and some people bathe nude regardless. I can certainly understand why, because there are very few humans out here.
We come to our third beach. I don't know, third, fourth, I don't know. It's Flamuru. I don't know where they get these names, because Flamuru is not Greek. It is Greek. I'm being told it's Greek. Remember, I was born in Australia, right? And I skipped last 2 years of Greek school. And I'm paddling pretty hard. Well, it looks like I'm paddling pretty hard anyway. This is the most popular beach. It's called Rukounas. Now, there's not many people here at the moment because it's early. You know what the Greeks are like. But it gets packed. Look at this beautiful water.
Ahead was a spectacular view. Now, as much as I would love to show it to you, there was a slightly less stunning addition to the setting, composed of a group of naked people enjoying their surrounds and making the most of the sunshine. So instead of showing you the landscapes up ahead, you'll have to make do with the wonderful view at the opposite end of the beach.
Now, I could have stopped into the tavern of Papadia just around the corner, but I might have lunch with Helen if I get her out of the water.
Who can blame Helen for not wanting to leave this gorgeous water? It's clear, warm, and surrounded by stunning landscapes. The locals here on Anάφη opened their homes to us like we were long-lost friends. So we thought we would return the favour by having a barbecue and inviting the whole town. Long before the guests arrived, the crew and I started the celebrations. You can only imagine where things were going. There was a long evening ahead of us. If you know what Greeks are like, there would be a few drinks, plenty of music, lots of dancing, and even more food. It would definitely be an event to remember. As the sun started to head down, the energy in the port began to go up. Celebrations in the Med never really start until well into the night. It's a part of the Greek DNA that I think I missed out on, because I'm normally one that's early to bed. After dark, it really came to life. We ate, drank, sung, and danced well into the wee hours of the morning. All the while, the production team and I were contemplating the big day we had planned for tomorrow. On the agenda was a hike up Kalamos, but we weren't going to let that stop us from having a great night. Our retired cardiac surgeon, Alki, smoked cigars, drank the homemade rocket fuel, and danced like there was no tomorrow. He's definitely one that lives by my motto. Life's too short, and you only have μία ζωή, one life.
The climb to Kalamos starts here at the monastery of Zodopies, which sits above and beside some Hellenistic ruins. These are actually the foundations of the Temple of Apollo. It's got something to do with Jason and the Argonauts, obviously, and how they mix mythology with reality is beyond my capability and understanding. Just read about it.
As you can probably hear in my voice and see in my energy levels, last night's party took its toll, but it was worth it.
Kalamos has its own microclimate, and in spring it has clouds covering the top of the mountain. You can see some now, but have a look at this. Is there any more dramatic start to walk than this? It is sensational. They say that the walk is about 90 minutes and that you should do it first thing in the morning at 5:30 for the heat. But what worries me is the nuns said to us that we should pray before we go up. Yeah, it worries me a bit. Pray before we go up? We're only going for a walk. I mean, what's up there?
A word of warning, when a Greek anywhere tells you how long a hike is, you can normally double their estimate. Maybe it's their way of making things sound a little easier so you're more likely to give it a go. To be honest, this was maybe an extra hour or so. Mind you, despite filming on the way up, there was no stopping to enjoy the scenery.
I think it's almost impossible to get lost on these trails. But what happens is you think you're on a trail, but in actual fact, this seems to be some sort of watercourse for the natural overland flow of the water from the mountain, because I've been climbing up that, and in actual fact, this is the trail. And I know it's the trail because there's donkey poo on it. So, pretty obvious, isn't it? I'm starting to think 90 minutes might be a little short. I think it's a bit longer than that. And there's this second ridgeline of the rock in the background, and if we have to cross that ravine and go to that ridgeline, this is going to be like a 4-hour walk. And it could be, I don't know. It's very windy up here, and thankfully my sweat-saturated hat is glued to my head. And as I round this first peak, I suddenly realise that we have to cross the ravine to go to that second peak. I smile, but it's sort of a bit of a cry as well.
Good things are worth the hard work, and what was ahead of me was pretty special. I was probably moaning more than usual because of all the tsipuro and dancing last night. The poor camera crew had to also lug a ton of gear up, so I probably shouldn't have been complaining.
As we get to the top, there is a vast temperature change, probably 15 degrees less than it was down at sea level. And I look at this, I don't think from a vista point of view, I don't think I've ever seen anything as majestic as this from every single angle. It's just not fair that you are not seeing what I'm seeing right now. I don't think I can bring it to you because I look at every point and there's something different, something special. It is undoubtedly the best short climb I've ever done in Greece.
I've hiked all over Greece, but I struggle to think of one that's as rewarding as this. There is a gradual reveal of the church, but it's not until you're at the very end that the entire vista opens up before you. It really is spectacular.
You can see the top. As the team rounded this bit of the track and we could see the cross of the church, there was this euphoria and this jubilation. And, you know, there's 5 of us that have to come up here. You know, if you come up here, you just need 2 bottles of water, but we're carrying 3 cameras, a whole lot of equipment, first aid kit, you name it, we've got everything. And you get up here and there was a sense of love amongst all of us. It's a real accomplishment, even though it's, what, 3.5 Ks, it's nothing, but it's just so special.
There are some pictures that the camera just can't capture in their truest sense. This is one of those experiences that's far more than a handful of 2-dimensional images. There's a sense of awe being here that can only be appreciated firsthand. So you need to hop on a plane, then into a ferry and walk up yourself. Trust me when I say, it's well worth all the time it takes to get here.
You know, I find it difficult to fathom or imagine the fear in these people to come up at this sort of height, build these tracks, build this church, the architecture behind this, the engineering, the buttresses. The fear they must have had to put all that work in to risk their lives. It's just amazing.
Two of the most popular islands in Greece, Santorini and Crete, sit to the immediate west and south of this forgotten Aegean oasis. With neighbours that have so much to offer, it seems like Anάφη has been overlooked by travellers. The tourist season here is just 40-odd days over July and August. The rest of the year, there's just a couple of hundred residents here. But anyone that's been here will tell you that it's well worth a visit. Not just to climb the scariest rock in Europe, but to swim its beautiful beaches, enjoy the fresh local food, mix with some of the most hospitable people in Greece, and just slow down for a little while. I couldn't think of a better spot to finish my time on this fantastic island. It gave me a chance to reflect on not just my time here, but my journey as a whole. I mean, when you're in a setting like this, who wouldn't stop, take a breath, and ponder life's big questions? In the next episode, I'm taking you to 3 very different islands, starting with Amorgos. It's a mountainous landmass that has some of the prettiest scenery in Greece. There are also quiet villages with an abundance of old-world charm. Its best feature is that it hasn't become popular with tourists yet. I'll also be making my way to the remote islands of Levitha and Kinaros, where life for the few people living there is a complete contrast to that of the populous neighbouring landmasses.